It's going to be a busy one, so let's hop to it and we'll start with this. Visibility still low across the area. We like to see these numbers at around 10 miles, but the reports coming in from our local airports, big thumbs down. A lot of these places below a mile when it comes to visibility. Even look down toward areas like North Kingstown where we're down to a quarter mile, half a mile in Westerly. That's not great, so be careful heading out the door. If there's any good news about getting on the roads, it's that the freezing rain we had last night, yes, very problematic, but a lot of that ice should be melting at this point. Now, don't be surprised if you see a few slick spots. Be careful behind the wheel, especially really before we get to sunrise, which is not too long from now, but it could be a little uncomfortable. Now, we are looking at no heavy rain at the moment, but more of that mist and drizzle and again the fog, but there's a lot of this storm still left to go. Now, you'll notice this is where our cold front is, this big stripe across upstate New York and parts of central Pennsylvania. But as you look all the way back to the Great Lakes region, that's actually an area of low pressure, really the backside of this area centered in the upper atmosphere, and this is bringing some nasty weather out toward the mitten of Michigan, areas of Wisconsin, even into the UP. So if you are planning to fly out in that direction anytime today or even tomorrow, make sure you're checking on flights. You could have some big problems. Now, as for here at home, I expect some issues in terms of the late morning and early afternoon when it comes to flying and even driving, getting uncomfortable on the roads. That's as that cold front finally comes through, and you'll see some heavy rain starting as we get to about 11 o'clock, continuing on through about 2 p.m. or so. That's when I expect the heaviest to come down, give or take 1:30, and then 2 o'clock things start to ease up. We'll see some showers through 3 and 4 p.m., but not as bad as the rain we'll see around again 1:30 or so. After the rain leaves, we still have some clouds and even a few flurries to talk about from tonight into early tomorrow morning as this area of low pressure moves along and cooler air moves in. More on that in just a second, but let's start with temperatures right now, considering we have to get you out the door. We're in the 40s right now, which for this time of day at this time of year is incredibly mild. It's 43 right now in Providence, 45 in New Bedford, 48 in Newport, and temperatures actually top out today around 50 degrees for just about everybody. I expect us to hit pretty much 50 on the dot. That's because of the strong air coming from the south between our warm front, which has already passed. That brought us that freezing rain last night, and the cold front that's still ahead. Now, again, as that cold front passes, we get some heavy rain, and then it'll get really windy, and that wind is coming from the northwest. That's the cooler air filtering into southern New England. Temperatures fall into the mid-20s, and that's just the start. As temperatures go down, wind gusts go up. I expect those gusts in the 20s and 30s tonight, and then even into the 40s by tomorrow afternoon. I would not be surprised to see some gusts up by 50 miles per hour. So please make sure you're staying vigilant hitting the roads tomorrow afternoon as well. You could feel the car shaking around a little bit as you get really out on the highway even. So keep that in mind. Now, the other part of this forecast, let's talk about the upper air pattern and kind of the bigger picture, because this all feeds back into what's happening here at home. This big bullseye you're looking at on the screen, this is an area of low pressure in the upper atmosphere. It's centered over eastern Canada, and it does not want to go anywhere. It's going to sit there this week and just kind of spin for a little while. And as it does, it's going to keep feeding us cooler and cooler air, as well as some cloud cover here and there. But it's really the temperatures I'm focused on at this point. And again, that cooler air is part of what's going to bring us the potential of a flurry as we move through tonight and tomorrow. That paired with the fact that we will be back below freezing even for tomorrow's highs. We're only in the upper 20s compared to near 50 today. That's a pretty dramatic drop. We'll stay pretty chilly throughout the rest of the week, and that includes New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Expect temperatures only in the 30s and 20s respectively as we get through those 2 days. Then we'll start to see temperatures go up a degree or two as we head toward the weekend, and that area of low pressure finally starts to get a move on.